Hi, I'm Sarah, and we're going to talk for a few minutes about stress and anxiety and how we might show up to these experiences perhaps in a more skillful way. So, there's three things I want to touch on here. One being the fact that a deep breath won't make our stress go away, but it will give us more of what we need to handle it. Two, that what we practice grows stronger. So, how might we practice a more skillful way of meeting our stress and anxiety? And then, third, what if anxiety and stress were not the enemy and we could stop fighting them and appreciate what they're here to do and send them on their way? So, first of all, a deep breath. So cliche, can be really annoying to hear, take a deep breath, take a deep breath. The science of a deep breath really shows us why it works. First of all, when we're stressed or anxious, it's usually because our mind is somewhere else, hypothesizing over the worst case scenario, all the what ifs, or ruminating over what just happened that caused our stress. So when we bring awareness to a breath, we instantly land in our bodies, and our bodies are always in the present moment. So it's a very quick way to kind of integrate and arrive here. And usually in this present moment, we are okay. Usually, we might not be happy, but usually we're okay. And so to bring awareness to the breath is to arrive in this moment and receive a moment of being okay. Beyond that, what's happening in the brain and the body, when we're activated in that kind of stress response where we're not breathing deeply, we're probably clenching our bellies, we're breathing more from the chest, and everything's a bit up here, the brain is getting a message that we're under threat and reacts as if we're under physical threat. So it shuts down anything that would slow us down from escaping that threat, things like taking perspective, digesting, empathizing, showing compassion, considering multiple ways of solving a problem. There's no time for any of that if we're under physical threat. If we are not under physical threat, it would probably be helpful to digest our food, to empathize with the other people involved, to show compassion toward ourselves, to zoom out and get some perspective and consider multiple ways of addressing the problem. That's physiologically impossible if we are breathing from the chest and activated. When we're breathing from the belly, everything is soft and open. Our vital organs are exposed. The brain gets this instant signal that says, oh, okay, we must be safe. We must have time. We wouldn't be exposing our vital organs and breathing deeply if we were preparing to escape a threat. So let's turn on all of these other things like empathy and compassion and perspective taking. Let's activate that digestive system, the immune system. All of our systems go online, and these are the things that we need to handle most of our stressful, anxiety-inducing experiences. So this is why the most efficient, the most effective thing we can do the minute we realize we've escalated is to let that breath travel all the way down into the belly. If your belly won't relax, put a hand on it. Invite that ease. And that's going to turn on everything that we need in the brain in order to show up in a more skillful way. Secondly, what we practice does grow stronger. How we form habit is through repetition. So if I practice anxiety, I get very good at being anxious. If I practice criticism, I get very good at being critical. If I practice taking a deep breath in more moments through my day, I'm going to become better at doing that. It's going to be more familiar, more natural. So we've got to find ways to create this habit. Maybe every time we wash our hands, that's our cue to take a deep breath and center. Or every time we open our laptop, maybe we have a note on our laptop or on our screensaver that just reminds us to take that breath before we dive in. Maybe we take a deep breath before we have the first bite of a meal to just center. The more micro moments like that we have throughout a day, the more it becomes habitual, and we realize that in more stressful, intense moments, we might go to that breath more quickly than we otherwise would. Lastly, what if anxiety was not our enemy? I know this is really hard, but it's been a game changer for me to consider, oh yeah, the whole reason anxiety exists is to keep me alive. It's that warning signal, danger, danger, danger. At some point in my life that has been helpful, but maybe it has stuck around beyond when it's been necessary. So what if I were to recognize that anxiety and turn toward it and say, thank you, I see you, hello. I understand that you're here to keep me alive. I understand you're here to keep me safe. I am actually okay. We're good. So you can sit down. Thank you. Carry on, right? Come back to that breath. Come back to this moment. What if we remembered that stress just means we care? Stress means we're living an interesting, meaningful life. If we were to eradicate stress, we would have no relationships. We would not do meaningful work. We would not engage in anything interesting or passionate, because that just comes with stress. Stress does not always mean something's wrong, and anxiety certainly doesn't always mean something wrong. Sometimes anxiety means we're just paying attention. And when we pay attention to life, what we see is not always lovely. So this idea of accepting anxiety and stress as part of the human experience, it too belongs. And if we're wrestling with it less, if we're pouring less energy into pushing it away or fighting against it or exacerbating it, thinking something's wrong with us, and we let it move through us with a thank you, I see you, carry on, we come back to our breath, we come back to this moment. Sometimes these stressful, anxious experiences can make their way through a bit more efficiently, and we are less rocked in the experience. I would love to talk with you about this more. You can learn more about me at sarahmeyertapia.com. You'll also see there that I guide a free drop-in meditation a few times a week. You're welcome to pop in for that. There's some more guided recordings there and plenty of other material. In the meantime, take that breath, take care of yourselves, and I look forward to hearing more. Thank you.